Here are 25 city builder games on Nintendo Switch worth your time, from deep management sims to relaxing creative sandbox experiences. Taking the top spot, Game 1 is Cities Skylines Nintendo Switch Edition, the definitive portable city building experience that lets you design and manage a full metropolitan area from the ground up. You control zoning, roads, healthcare, traffic, education, and the economy all at once, which sounds overwhelming but becomes deeply satisfying once everything clicks together. The Switch Edition includes the After Dark and Snowfall expansions and runs well in both handheld and docked mode. Tropico 6 earns its place at number 2 as one of the most entertaining and replayable city builders on Switch, casting you as El Presidente, ruling over a tropical archipelago with a mix of humor, strategy, and genuine management depth. You balance the needs of factions, ranging from capitalists to communists, while expanding your island empire, managing trade routes and bribing foreign superpowers when needed. The satire is sharp, and the freedom to be benevolent or corrupt makes every playthrough feel distinctly personal. At number 3, Civilization VI is technically a 4X strategy game, but its city building and district placement system is so central to the whole experience that it earns a spot on any list like this without question. Each city you found needs careful planning around terrain, resources, and adjacency bonuses, and the decisions you make in the early game define your entire civilization for hundreds of turns after. The Switch version is one of the best ways to play it outside of PC, and it is genuinely addictive in handheld mode. Game 4, Dragon Quest Builders 2, is the most unexpected delight on this list, taking the block building formula and wrapping it in a charming JRPG story that pulls you forward while you construct increasingly elaborate towns and facilities. As you gather residents and fulfill their needs, your settlement grows and comes to life in a way that feels warm and genuinely rewarding, rather than just mechanical. It is the kind of game you pick up for an hour and put down 4 hours later wondering where the time went. Coming in at number 5, 2 Point Hospital translates the beloved theme hospital formula into something fresh and brilliantly funny for modern audiences, challenging you to build and manage healthcare facilities full of ridiculous fictional diseases. Staff management, room layout, and patient flow all need constant attention, and the game keeps throwing new challenges and scenarios at you just as you think you have things under control. The humor lands consistently, and it makes what could be a stressful sim feel genuinely light and enjoyable throughout. Number 6 is Frostpunk Console Edition, which takes the city builder genre into genuinely dark and emotionally heavy territory, putting you in charge of the last city on Earth during a cataclysmic ice age. Every decision you make carries real moral weight, from passing laws that restrict worker rights to choosing who gets heat and who does not when resources run thin. The tension and atmosphere here are unlike anything else on this list, and it is one of those rare games that makes you question your own choices long after you stop playing. At Game 7, The Wandering Village has one of the most original premises in the entire genre, asking you to build a settlement on the back of a colossal wandering creature named Onbu as it slowly moves through a poisoned world. You have to feed Onbu, manage its path, and guide it toward resources, while simultaneously running a fully functioning city economy on its back. The relationship between your people and the creature gives the game an emotional dimension that most city builders simply do not have. Game 8 is Dorfromantik, a puzzle and city building hybrid that strips the genre down to its most relaxing and contemplative core, with hexagonal tiles, ambient music, and zero pressure to optimize anything aggressively. You draw tiles from a stack and connect forests, houses, fields, and rivers to score points. And the calm satisfaction of watching a beautiful landscape grow tile by tile is genuinely therapeutic. It won multiple indie game awards, and it is one of those rare titles that is impossible not to recommend, regardless of how much gaming experience someone has. 9 on the list, Islanders is a minimalist city builder that challenges you to place a limited set of structures across procedurally generated islands to maximize your score within tight spatial constraints. The genius is in its simplicity. There are no resources to harvest or citizens to manage, just smart placement decisions and a growing understanding of how different building types interact with each other. It is endlessly replayable, and each island feels like a fresh puzzle that rewards spatial thinking in a deeply satisfying way. At number 10, Townscaper is perhaps the purest expression of creative city building joy on the entire Switch, giving you a blank ocean grid and colorful blocks with absolutely no objectives, timers, or failure states to worry about. You click to place buildings and the game intelligently generates arches, staircases, rooftop gardens, and towers based on where blocks connect, which means even random clicking produces beautiful results. It is the city builder equivalent of doodling, and it is genuinely wonderful for stress relief or casual creative play sessions.
Number 11, Parkasaurus puts you in charge of designing and running a dinosaur theme park, combining the zoo management formula with charming cartoon visuals and surprisingly deep guest satisfaction mechanics that keep you engaged for hours. Each dinosaur has specific habitat, social, and mood requirements, and balancing park layout with profit margins while keeping both dinosaurs and guests happy creates a constant juggling act that never feels punishing. The art style is delightful, and it is one of the most family-friendly but genuinely substantial management sims available on Switch.
Game 12 is Terra Nil, one of the most thoughtful and philosophically interesting takes on the city builder genre, asking you to restore a barren wasteland to a thriving ecosystem using specialized machinery before ultimately removing all traces of human civilization from the map. The reverse construction mechanic makes it unlike anything else in the genre, and the visual transformation of dead gray land into lush green biomes is consistently breathtaking across every level. It plays in short, satisfying sessions and is one of the most genuinely relaxing games on the entire Switch library. At number 13, Surviving Mars challenges you to establish and grow a human colony on the surface of Mars, while managing the brutal realities of resource scarcity, equipment failure, and the psychological toll of life on an alien planet. The game rewards careful planning and punishes overconfidence, and discovering the procedurally generated mysteries hidden on each map adds a narrative layer that keeps exploration feeling worthwhile. It sits at the harder end of this list, but the satisfaction of watching a dome full of happy colonists thrive on Mars makes every failed run worth the lesson. Number 14, Terraformers takes the Mars setting in a completely different direction, with turn-based gameplay that emphasizes cooperative infrastructure development, character abilities, and the gradual transformation of an entire planet over hundreds of years. Each character you send on missions has unique skills that influence how quickly you can unlock new buildings and regions, and the strategic layer feels more like a board game than a traditional city sim. It is an underrated gem that deserves way more attention than it currently gets from Switch players. Game 15 is Airborne Kingdom, a genuinely unique city-building experience where your entire civilization floats through the sky and must keep moving to gather resources, recruit citizens from ground settlements, and maintain lift capacity as your aerial city grows. The tension between expansion and weight management is what makes the gameplay loop so compelling, because every new building is both a benefit and a liability that needs careful balancing. The art style is gorgeous, and the sense of gliding serenely over ancient landscapes while managing a floating city is unlike anything else on this list. At number 16, Kingdoms and Castles blends city building with light kingdom defense mechanics in a charming low-poly medieval world that is easy to pick up but hides surprising strategic depth beneath its friendly exterior. You must keep your peasants fed and happy while simultaneously building walls, towers, and armies to repel Viking raids and dragon attacks, which creates a satisfying loop between construction and defense. It is one of the most immediately accessible games on this list, and a great starting point for anyone new to the genre. Number 17, Kairo is a smaller and more experimental city builder set in a mysterious ancient world full of colossal monolithic structures that rewards slow, thoughtful exploration and building decisions over rapid expansion. The atmosphere is unlike anything else in the genre, quiet, monumental, and slightly eerie in a way that makes the act of placing structures feel weighted with meaning. It is not for players who want constant feedback and immediate rewards, but those who appreciate mood and minimalism will find it genuinely memorable. At Game 18, Mini Motorways focuses specifically on road planning and traffic management as the primary city building challenge, tasking you with keeping a growing city connected as new destinations and homes appear on the map in unpredictable patterns. It is a deceptively deep puzzle experience where every intersection decision has ripple effects across the whole system, and watching your once clean road network gradually collapse under population pressure is both stressful and totally compelling. The clean visual design makes it one of the most elegant and addictive games on this list without question. Number 19 is Ratropolis, a card-based city builder where you construct a rat civilization by playing cards that represent buildings, soldiers, and resources while defending against constant waves of enemies from the edges of the map. The combination of deck-building strategy with real-time defense creates an extremely satisfying loop that is genuinely hard to put down once you find your rhythm in the mid-game. It is compact, fast-paced, and rewards creative card synergies in a way that every run feel meaningfully different from the last. Game 20, the Colonists shifts the city-building formula into a relaxing automation and logistics puzzle where adorable robots attempt to build a human civilization on a new planet by farming, crafting, and trading toward a fully self-sustaining colony. The emphasis on supply chain efficiency over direct management gives it a factory builder feel that scratches a very specific itch, and the gradual automation of once manual tasks creates a deeply satisfying sense of progress. It sits comfortably at the cozy end of this list and is excellent for long handheld sessions. At number 21, Fabledom wraps the city builder formula in a wholesome fairy tale aesthetic that makes it one of the most visually charming and emotionally warm entries on this entire list. You grow a small settlement into a thriving kingdom while interacting with neighbors, defending against magical creatures, and pursuing a romantic subplot that ties the whole narrative together. It is deliberately low stress and designed to prioritize enjoyment over optimization, which makes it a perfect entry point for players who find traditional city builders intimidating. Number 22 is Northgard, a Norse mythology city builder and real-time strategy hybrid that tasks you with guiding a Viking clan through resource scarcity, harsh winters, and conflict with rival clans for control of a newly discovered continent. The seasonal cycle adds real tension because you must prepare for winter every single year or watch your clan starve and collapse, and each available clan has radically different mechanics that change how you approach every game. It is one of the deepest and most replayable titles on this entire list. At Game 23, Going Medieval drops you into a post-plague medieval world and challenges you to build a fortified colony where survivors can thrive despite bandits, disease, and constant resource management pressure across all 4 seasons. The 3D layered construction system lets you build multi-story structures with basements and towers, and the simulation of individual colonist needs, moods, and skills adds a human dimension to the city building that makes every decision feel consequential. It is one of the newer entries on this list, and one of the most promising. Number 24, Atomic Society stands apart from everything else on this list by placing you in a post-nuclear wasteland and forcing you to make morally complex societal decisions alongside standard city-building mechanics, from deciding your stance on crime and punishment to setting policies that define what kind of civilization you want to rebuild. The tone is darker and more philosophically provocative than anything else here, and it rewards players who want city building with genuine narrative and ethical weight. It is unconventional but deeply engaging for the right audience. Closing out the countdown at number 25, Before We Leave, is a non-violent civilization building game where you guide ancient humans called peeps as they re-emerge from underground bunkers and gradually rebuild society across multiple planets in the same solar system. The multi-world scope is genuinely ambitious, and coordinating resource trade between planets while managing local happiness and production makes the late game feel wonderfully complex. It is one of the most calming and quietly satisfying city builders on Switch, and an excellent way to finish this list.